Good morning and welcome to TBM Tuesday. This is your regular version of the APAC edition of the monthly TBM Tuesday. Every month we showcase or a particular highlight within TBM and TBM Council. Um, this week we are incredibly pleased to have Michael Corcoran from the TBM Council team present to you a breakdown and a walkthrough of the redesigned TBM website. The TBM Council website's got a lot of collateral in there, a lot of resources. Historically, it's kind of evolved into a mainstay of a lot of good information, and Michael's redesigned it to make it more accessible to you. And Michael will take us through what the new setup is and how to navigate through it, how to look for some good things, and he'll provide some insight as well. And with that, Michael, good morning or good evening to you where you are, and welcome to APAC. Over to you.
Thanks so much, Zahid. Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Corcoran. I head up the digital experience for the TBM Council. Right at the beginning here, as we show off this updated website experience, I wanted to give a shout out to Jeff Bartelli on our research team here at the TBM Council, who was instrumental both in terms of strategy and also working on design and even helping publish things. So big shout out to him as we move forward. So really excited to show off the new website experience update. We have new templates and features. One of the biggest changes that we've made is that we are publishing new research and content directly onto our website rather than keeping them reserved for PDF downloads. And that is part of a larger strategy that ultimately is going to make it easier for people to find what they're looking for on their TBM journey, and among other benefits that we'll talk about later. Outside of just more content, we also rearranged things with a new navigation experience to make it easier to find. So why did we do this? Well, it was super exciting. Recently, the TBM Council just surpassed the 20,000 member count, and we're super excited about that. We have added more people to the team, to the research team. That we're publishing more content than ever before, engaging in brand new types of events, types of research. And we just want to make it easier for our members to find what they need. I mean, we really, at the end of the day, it is how can we reduce the number of clicks to getting to what people are looking for. Today, as well, just to give you a little bit of a preview before we jump into the demo, I'm going to highlight 6 improved ways that people will be able to find what they need. One, highlighted new navigation structure, the main navigation at the top, rearranged things into different buckets that make the most sense. We've got a new homepage layout, reducing clicks to find what you're looking for. We'll take a look at that here in just a moment. Within the content itself, we have started cross-linking articles together so that when you're doing research or finding an answer to a question about, for example, TBM modeling, you'll find relevant content to continue your research or your educational journey directly from that article. We also added quick links to our TBM template. You can see that a preview of that on the right-hand side of the screen there, where not only within the content itself, but the publishers of the content can identify related materials that you can click on and continue exploring. And then a knowledge base page. This one is really exciting. We'll see here in a moment. This is almost a one-stop shop for all this new content that we're coming out with, both from a PDF side of things, a video replay side of things, and these new articles that are getting posted directly to the website. And then finally, by publishing all this content directly on our website, we are feeding into search engine optimization and LLMs, which means in the future, as more and more TBM content gets published to our page, it's out there for the bots and the LLMs to read. So people will be able to ask answers to AI or just a simple Google search and actually be able to find the answer to their question. So at this point, I would like to jump right into the demo. Okay. You guys see this okay?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Ta-da! This is the brand new TBM Council homepage. If you haven't been here in a little bit, it probably looks a little bit different. Recently, we added a featured content carousel to the top, which we've now moved down and added a whole bunch of carousels. We went a little carousel crazy here, but it's with good reason. We're basically by putting all these carousels on the homepage, we are actually giving you direct access to whatever the most recent publication, training or certification, event, or otherwise featured content was just published on the website. So no matter what you're looking for, you can always get the latest and greatest right from the homepage here. As you go down the page, you'll find a couple quick links here for some actions that we'd like people to do, participating in research, becoming a member of our community, and joining us in Miami for TBM Conference 2025. Learn a little bit about just what is TBM, the basics. We'll go over the what is TBM page here in a moment. But just as a quick overview, we have a what is TBM, and we have new pages for the modernized TBM framework, TBM taxonomy version 5, and use cases. Next, we've got this engage section where you can get quick links to TBM Tuesdays like the one we are participating in currently. You can read about our strategy communities for various industries, to collaborate with other TBM Council community members. You can also find a link to our ambassador program where we have our essentially TBM experts in their various fields. You can link up with them and potentially get a question answered. There are mentorship opportunities. It's a awesome new program. I highly recommend everybody check that out after this. Along with that, we've got the TBM Council Awards. Quick link to our ecosystem partners. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. Discover. This is basically everything outside of the education of TBM. So a lot of thought leadership, our new research, and that knowledge base that I was mentioning earlier, along with case studies. And a little shout out for this history of the TBM Council. So that, I know that was a lot. Just went through a couple different big buckets, really, that we've organized all this content into. If you notice at the very top of this page in the main navigation, this aligns with those buckets that we just went through. What is TBM? Discover, which is our thought leadership and research, engage, our ecosystem, and then about is extra. That's where you can contact us, our newsroom, and read about the history. But I really wanted to jump into some of these things and give a quick demo because some of this stuff is really cool and just hasn't been really either publicly available or available at all on this website until now. So let's jump in. Let's kind of go through these buckets and just look at what you can do on this website. So Learn TBM. This What is TBM page has been updated. This historically has really been the only piece of content on this page that gives you any kind of direct education about what TBM is and what, how to get started with it. We've greatly expanded that and given both the framework and taxonomy their own sections on here to explore. As you can see, you can go further in there and actually find child pages for a lot of things. And if you don't want to use this menu, we've actually created an interactive TBM framework visual where if you highlight sections on the framework, it will give you a little tooltip explaining what it is. And if you click on one of them, then it will actually take you into the child page explaining that section of the framework. So you can find all the answers that you're looking for. We'll pause here to look at some of those other 6 ways that we're trying to make it easier for you to find what you're looking for. On the side here are those quick links that can keep you reading. See if there's something else. If you wanted to see more about, read more about TBM adoptions from here, you could go from there. And then the article contents of the one that you're looking at. This article has just one internal link, but you'll find a lot of these internal links as you're reading to help create kind of a spider web of knowledge. So you'll just be able to find what you're looking for. Let's move on to the taxonomy page. This one is also pretty cool. We have, you can see this one is based on tabs. We are trying to, well, no, we are showing all the taxonomy all the way back from November 2013 with TBM Taxonomy 1. And as you can see, you can click on these tabs, see the taxonomy releases, and if you scroll down, you'll be able to see a summary of key changes and even the actual changes themselves. And on the latest release, we've even provided diagrams of the changes between 4.1 and 5.0.1, such as this. You can actually click in here and see visually what has changed as in addition to this whole table showing all the changes of the taxonomy as things go. You'll also be able to download white papers and data tables for these releases. Under Learn TBM, we also have a TBM modeling page where we can actually start look into modeling your own TBM model. And here is where you'll see a lot of those internal links that I was talking about, where we really want this to be a resource that is actually useful to people who are trying to do work rather than just downloading a PDF for research. So you can hop in here and start learning and actually taking action. And then finally, under the Learn TBM bucket is education and certification, where if you click through here, you can see upcoming events, upcoming education opportunities, I should say. We do have a new TBM practitioner course and certification for 2025. As I mentioned earlier, we are giving a live practitioner course teach on the days leading up to conference. It's an add-on for the conference ticket. So please consider coming to conference and getting certified at the same time. It's a great opportunity. All right. That was Learn TBM. So that was all the educational opportunities available on this website. Lots and lots of content to explore. The next bucket is Discover. And this one is really just kind of everything else outside of that. We've got lots of thought leadership going on hot topics. You can see TBM for AI, benchmarking, risk, cybersecurity, sustainability, all sorts of articles in here to check out. We've got case studies from other companies using TBM. We do have our traditional resource center with those PDFs, so this hasn't gone away. You can still come here and it operates much in the same way. I will say, even though we are going towards this on-web strategy in terms of our content, one thing to look forward to is that our library, not all of it, but the majority of that PDF library will soon be open for anybody to download. So we're removing a little bit of barrier to entry there. And then this one is what I really wanted to show off. This is pretty cool. This is the knowledge base. So everything that we've looked at thus far and more, for the most part, is included on this page. It is basically just a giant list of our pages, our downloads, YouTube videos, all sorted by different categories like I am adopting TBM or I'm ready to mature, our research and case studies. You can get executive briefings and strategic summaries. You can see all that thought leadership that we were just looking at. It's all available on this page. So if you really want kind of a one-stop shop without all the bells and whistles and carousels, then you can come here and find it pretty darn easily. The last thing I want to say about this Discover section is that with the expansion of our published content, we are also doing more surveys than we have before. So I would highly encourage everyone, if you haven't already, to go take our TBM salary survey. It's going to be the first non-state of TBM major survey that we are doing to basically, learn about the TBM salaries and try to get actionable data and really get enough data that we could even do it from a regional level. So we're really encouraging everyone to go sign up and take this survey. Outside of that, we do also have our state of TBM like we do every year. You can come here and see the previous reports, take the survey for 2025, which is still open, so please take it. And then you can also scroll down and see some of the trends over the years and all sorts of data in here. So lots of new stuff to look at if you haven't taken a look at these pages in a while. Okay, that is the Discover bucket. Moving on, Engage is where we're going to have events like our TBM conference that everyone should sign up for. Our TBM Tuesdays, like we're currently participating in, and then other open forums and regional events. Everything's going to be available for you here under events. We'll also have membership where you can learn about joining our community, where you can collaborate with other executives, practitioners, and consultants. Under Get Involved, there's the strategy communities. These are the breakout by industries. You can see there's that ambassador program I was mentioning earlier. There are member spotlights in our newsletter. We also have spots for all of our awards, stretching back to 2014 for the TBM Council Awards, and then a link to our TBM Connect community. Finally, under Ecosystem, we do have a section for our partners as we had before, but now we also do have a page for TBM software and service providers where we're actually exposing what the actual TBM ecosystem is out there. So you can come here and see, who are the commercial platforms available, and then who is doing TBM as a service, for example, and come here and learn more about these folks, whether they are our partners or not. The About section hasn't changed too much, but if you come over here, you can take a look at our various regional boards, our board of directors, standards committee. One thing that Jeff Bartelli put together that is super cool, if you haven't taken a look at this, is a new history of the TBM Council feature, stretching all the way back to 1998, I suppose. There's a whole narrative of all these key events. It's pretty well researched, and I know he was interviewing plenty of people for this, so it's a pretty cool read. Finally, our newsroom, where we'll put out PR and then contact us if you want to contact us. And let me check my notes here and see, make sure I'm not missing anything. I think that is essentially it. As you've seen, there are certainly lots of links in here that I did not click on, so I would highly encourage everybody to click around yourself and see all this new content that has been published and is being published all the time. And if you don't do that, just at least remember that with our new design, whatever the latest and greatest for these buckets that we talked about will always be represented by these carousels right on the homepage. So you'll be able to find what is new and hot. And yes, I would also highly encourage everybody to please take the State of TBM 2025 survey and the TBM salary survey. And at this point, I think if we've got any questions, now would be a great time to open it up.
That's fabulous, Michael. I think Quentin's got a question. Talia, are we able to?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, we can hear you.
This is fantastic, guys. Long overdue, but it looks really, really good. My question is going to be, there's a bit of a low turnout today, right? Which is a bit disappointing, but that's why we have now the presence in APAC to build that. Is there a way of cutting through or getting proactive alerts for stuff that is happening in the Australian time zone? We can go. I've many times I've got excited about the announcement of a webinar or webinars are recorded or an event or something, and I find out it's at 2 a.m. in Australian time. Is there a way that we will be, if not now, then in the future, be able to sort of get proactive alerts about stuff that is happening in an Australian friendly time zone?
Yes. So not currently, but in the future, yes, because I guess, pull the curtain back a little bit and expose a little bit of what's going on behind the scenes. We are moving platforms in terms of our digital marketing, and we are gaining the ability to have better segmented and regionally targeted member communications, meaning that more relevant events, I guess publications wouldn't really come into that, but events certainly to your time zone will be sent your way.
That'd be great. And again, it's really great. And echoing Paul's comment earlier, that I remember getting a zip file from, I guess it was from Aptio of I don't know how many megabytes it was, and it was just PDFs and PowerPoints and a whole lot of materials, but it was completely unstructured. So to have that library of documentation, thought leadership, all that kind of stuff, categorized by the state of your maturity is fantastic. Well done.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was it's really part of an effort to act on being an actual open ecosystem, both in terms of our membership being able to find what they need, but also, like I was mentioning before, this is also a strategic play in terms of the digital landscape, to be able to put TBM out there in a way that makes it more easy to find that rather than less.
Yeah, it used to be a bit of a walled garden. You had to sort of know the secret code to get in.
Yep. trying to move away from that now.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I totally echo your sentiments there, Quentin. Thank you, and thank you, Michael. Great progress on this. Just from an APAC perspective, following through on your comment there, Quentin. As we move into 2026, we're going to start creating more communities APAC centric, and we'll use the electronic media to our advantage here. And as we develop those communities, those automatic syncs and those automatic messages should be a little more targeted as we kind of move forward. So still a little grey there, but we've got a strategy to try and bring APAC into the mainstream a little bit more as we move forward.
Great, thank you. Great.
And the other point you made, Quentin, around not too many people rocked up today, and that's okay. We've got this as a recorded session. So Michael, your good looks and your great presentation is here for the duration. We will put this on a YouTube channel, as I understand it, and that'll be there for people to go and see. And I think as we kind of have these discussions, that will always this session will always be an artifact for people to go back to. To go and refer any questions that they may have on navigation.
Great, thank you. Most of my team's on leave at the moment, so I'll definitely be pointing this link at them.
Brilliant. Thanks, Quentin. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Michael, really appreciate it on behalf of everyone here at APAC, on behalf of myself and the TBM Council. Thank you for all of your work and to your colleagues as well. What we're seeing here is an absolute game changer. Really, really appreciate it. And on that point, folks, have a great rest of Tuesday. Have a great rest of Monday for you folks in the US. And we will see you next time. All the best.